here. How are you doing? I think all of you are great by the grace of Almighty. Welcome to the undeniable and factual learning world of accounting with a new episode and new content in my channel. Today I am going to explore a very considerable introductory as well as the main basement, substructure and the foundation stone of accounting. Yes, the topic that I am going to discuss is called double entry system. The learners and viewers who didn't introduce with this topic yet, generally I'd like to say the class will be very effective as well as the students of business faculty will get a good benefit from this lesson. Though the class is absolutely conducted or generated through math, in spite of this I want to say something about this topic before starting this session. Here is written double entry system. This double entry means the dual entity or dual concept or two sides or two aspects, where one side is called receiver, another side is called giver or sender. The receiver is called debit, sender is called credit. If one side is debited with $1,000, another side will also be affected with the same amount of money, credited with equal balance. The amount will remain same as well. Though I have said the basic principle or the features of double entry system, but this system is such a system which is completely scientific, authentic, modern, universal and complete accounting system basis on which the total trade and commerce all over the world stems from. And this system was inaugurated in 1494 by famous Italian mathematician called Fra di Luca Bartolomeo da Pacioli, generally know him Luca Pacioli. Although it is said this system was invented in 1494 but not actually. The system was inaugurated in 1493. Later on, in 1494, it was published and entitled in a book called Summa di Arithmetica Geometria Proportionate Proportionalita. This book is divided into 5 parts, and there are 36 sections in this book based on bookkeeping. Those are called decomputes and scriptures altogether. So let's get back started to our lesson. What are we going to discuss and learn from this class? Now dear viewers, here I am now starting to write. The first one is opening capital. So how do you calculate the opening capital? This opening capital equals to opening assets minus opening liabilities. Next one, closing capital. This closing capital equals to what? Closing assets as well as remain same, closing liabilities. And last of all, how do you calculate the profit or loss analysis? So after completing these 3 formula, I will definitely make understand to you all of my dear viewers and learners. Yes, last one, profit or loss equals to closing capital, initially cap, plus drawing, minus opening capital, plus additional capital. First one, opening capital. So how do you calculate it? Opening asset minus opening liabilities. Here opening means the first date of the year or the starting period of a business, and capital means what invested by the owner into the business. Now how do you calculate the opening capital? After deducting the opening liabilities from the opening asset, you can easily sort out the opening capital as usual. But the question arises here, what does asset mean? Asset means the economical resources that belongs to a business and that is invested for making profit. For an example, land and building, furniture, machineries, office equipment, office supplies, patent, trademark, franchisee, copyright and so on. Next one, liabilities. Liabilities means the financial rigidity that is to be paid up after a certain period of time, and that is the claim of the third party over the business. For an example, accounts payable, notes payable, bills payable, loan, mortgage loan, bank loan, debenture, etc. Next one, closing capital. This closing, I mean the last date of the year. So closing capital, how do you calculate it? Very simple, closing asset minus closing liabilities. Just write the closing instead of opening, then it will be very easy and simple to remember. And next one, profit and loss analysis, how do you calculate it? And first closing capital, this will definitely get from the second option, plus drawing. Drawing means what withdraws by the owner for his personal purpose. This drawing is also two types. One is called cash withdraw, another one is called goods withdraw. After getting these two options from your questions paper, just add here minus opening capital. Opening capital you will get from the first one here, opening capital, and plus additional capital. This additional capital means what invested by the owner into the middle of the year for the business, or if any investor or the owner wants to invest some extra money into the business, that is called additional capital. After completing these three formulas, I am now definitely ensuring you to complete or to solve any kinds of practical problem or creative questions from your textbook or whatever it will be. Now my dear learners and viewers, today we'll try to solve out a practical problem. For this reason, I am now going through a math from opening to ending, I mean first to last, and it will also have on the screen. Just try to have a proper concentration on my lesson. Here, Mr. Johnson in his business, Johnson Enterprise, doesn't keep the book of accounts properly. On 1st January 2019, the total asset of his business was $250,000 and liabilities $140,000 respectively. He newly invested $60,000 in his business. In that year, he withdrew $25,000 from his business. On 31st December 2019, assets and liabilities of his business were cash in hand $1,20,000, furniture $80,000, debtor $40,000, stock $35,000, loan $55,000, and creditors $45,000 respectively. Now the requirement number 1, determine the amount of opening capital of Johnson Enterprise. Number B, determine the amount of closing capital of Johnson Enterprise. And last of all, how to calculate the profit or loss account of Johnson Enterprise in 2019. Let's have a look. Let's write the first caption here. A, calculating opening capital. Calculating opening capital. So after writing this, just make a box or diagram, and here we also have an ending line, and it contains 3 columns, 1, 2 and 3. The name of the first one, particulars, and the one is amount in dollar sign, and next one also amount in dollar sign. Now try to recollect and find out the formula of opening capital, what I have already written a few minutes back. The opening capital equals to opening asset minus opening liabilities. So I'm now writing here opening assets here minus opening liabilities. I'm now writing this formula in such a way, I mean upper and lower section, but this formula was written alongside with this, but no problem at all. We will just write in this way and try to find out the amount of opening asset. So here is written opening asset $250,000. I'm writing the first column, I mean the amount $250,000, and opening liabilities here is written $140,000. So $140,000, and put a bracket here, and that is the symbol of minus sign. And after deducting the $140,000 from $250,000, here you will write $110,000 and give 2 straight line here, that is the ending balance. Okay, so we have already completed the opening capital. It's very easy and simple. Here is the second option, calculating closing capital, and the box will remain same. but a little bit extra because they will have a lot of information about the closing capital. And do you know closing capital equals to closing asset minus closing liabilities. So I'm not telling it again, this closing I mean the last date of the year, so you'll just try to find out the information of 31st December only. Here we have information. Before starting this, closing capital equals to what? Closing asset minus closing liabilities. I'm writing here closing assets here minus closing liabilities. And to make an underline. Now try to find out the closing asset. The information is available here. Cash, furniture, debtor, stock of goods, both of are asset. Loan and creditors are liabilities. So I'm writing the first one cash, next one furniture, next one debtors, and last of all stock of goods. After writing these four options, I am now trying to write the amount here. Cash, here is cash 1,20,000. Next one, furniture 80,000. Debtor 40,000. And stock of goods 35,000 respectively. After adding this, we'll get a fresh figure here and $275,000 in total. Okay, and now minus closing liabilities. There are two options that are available here. One is called loan and the one is called creditors. So loan, the amount is $55,000 and creditor 45,000 respectively. After getting these two options, directly in second column 1 lakh and put a bracket here, I mean minus sign. This bracket is called the minus symbol, and after deducting this, we'll get a fresh figure $1,75,000 in total, and here is also an ending balance. So that is the end of the closing capital. It's very easy and simple. Here's the third one. C. How do you calculate the profit and loss account? I'm now writing the formula first. Here, profit or loss equals to what? At first, closing capital plus drawing, okay, minus opening capital plus additional capital. Okay, now just write the answer only. Closing capital, here we got from the second option 1,75,000. So I'm writing here $1,75,000 plus drawing. So this information will be available from your questions paper. Here is written he withdrew $25,000 in that year. So I'm writing here $25,000 minus opening capital. So from where we'll get the opening capital? It can easily get from the opening capital the first one, 1,10,000. So I'm writing 110,000 plus additional capital. This information will also be available from your questions paper. Here is written a newly invested $60,000. This newly invested, I mean the additional capital, $60,000. Now try to add 1,75,000 plus 25 equals to 2 lakh minus 110 plus 60 equals to 170, and the answer will be $30,000. Okay, and definitely it is called profit. So my dear learners and viewers, I think all of you have already got a good benefit from this lesson, because we have already tried to solve out a practical problem from the chapter of WNT system, the heart of accounting, as well as the basic concept of it, which will be very effective, I think so. And that is the end of this session today. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up, share and comment. Definitely subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon if you want to get more updates and new videos from my channel named Channel of Teaching Home. Thank you. Thank you so much. Stay home, stay safe and save lives.